Mr. Chinedu. Ruto, the president of Kenya, has finally conceded to the people of Kenya, the Gen Zs, and now he has reversed. In fact, he has given up and he has said that he will not pass that bill that was meant to excruciate the people of the Kenyan Republic. And that is the power of protest. That's the first question I have for you today, Mr. Chinedu. Can Nigerians, or should we accept the badge? Because people are not calling us the coward of Africa. Should we just accept it and move on that truly Nigerians and Nigerian youths are the cowards of Africa? Welcome once again to News in Nigeria. If you are just joining us, please kindly like, share, subscribe to the channel.
Good morning. Yes, thank you for having me this morning. If you see, we've always said it that Africa is lacking behind as a result of we've not been able to have good leadership. We've not been able to have good leaders in a position of authority. We have not been able to look inwards and be able to develop our own philosophy and our own theories. To better the people of Africa. But we have references we can make when you talk about leadership, and you can see gradually, apart from the newest development, talking about the man Ibrahim, the guy from Burkina Faso, and a few other countries, Traore, that have shown, leadership, the way it's supposed to be, that has channel a particular direction and a theory that can, at least somebody can say, okay, it is like this. If at the end of the day they do not derail. So democracy, the way we practice it in Africa, has not been able to, give us those dividends, we are looking up to in terms of human capacity, in terms of infrastructural and structural development, in terms of strengthening different institutions of the democracy in respective countries in Africa. So if that actually happened in Kenya and Ruto has said, okay, sorry, a young man, of course, how he managed to get to that level and be able to win that election, and the people said, we don't want this kind of policy, it's life-threatening, and people are not going to survive on that direction. Government is all about dynamics. Government should be seen to be very dynamic. I think after due processes and, of course, listening to the cries of the masses, they said that the voice of people is the voice of God. They now look at it and said, okay, maybe there should be an alternative. There's always a window, if the government is truly want to see people, get to the level or they want, or when they see that some kind of policy they want to push to the public are not too comfortable, it has to be reviewed. That's what they call leadership, but in Nigeria, it has been something, when you look at it, you saw a very bad nature of government, of style of leadership, when compared, people compare it, more like most Nigerians will say, in Nigeria, what we have is satanic leadership, and if you look at it, you see that they only disguise as something else. At the end of the day, they use that power, to destroy human resources and capacity, of development. So kudos to people of Kenya, at least I think to an extent, the protest has to stop because the government look into that issue, and that is what government should be all about. And at this level now, you can see people who said, okay, I think they have a hand. They are part of the system. They are being carried along, so they know how to navigate, how to move, how to get to the level they actually expected from them. It's a wonderful one because the government listens to them. But if you come into Nigeria, when I look at Nigerian style of leadership and Nigerian way of doing things, that reminds me of what transpired between God, Christ, and of course the devil, as it were. So if you look at at a time, they decided, the devil decided to, exist, exceed his powers, by stepping into another realm, realm of existence. The devil wanted a higher existence. You see, the Nigerian government, what they normally do is that, they look for a way and create something, and before you know it, they begin to, move to where they are not supposed to move to. So you can see there's a lot of leadership problem Nigeria has experienced over the years, and that tells you that Nigerian factor, it might not be spiritual, but it depends on how the Nigerian people are going to stand up and said, for years now, enough is enough, and we need to take our destiny
Mr.
in
Chinedu,
our hands.
other African countries are calling Nigerian youth cowards. Because just yesterday, the Ghanaians haven't seen what happened in Kenya and the victory that came with the protest. They are also planning on their own protest. However, we know what our Nigerian youth, in fact, our fellow Nigerian youth, they are not talking about protest. They are busy talking about whiskey and Davido and the likes. Should we say that we are the custodian of the cowardice in Africa? Because we are not showing any form of bravery.
Yes, Mr. Niyi, to be very honest with you, I wouldn't want to buy into that philosophy or ideology that Nigerian youths are really coward. What happened is that if you look at the factor that has come to the extent of bringing the morale of Nigerian youths down, you discover that one, religion, two, ethnicity, and of course the other one is poverty. Where the Nigerian youth could have leveraged on, that class, seems to have been bought over by the system at the end of the day. So what we needed to do now at this point in time is that Nigerian youths, the people who are supposed to, advance, or even challenge the government to an extent, it has to come with, resources. There's no revolution without resources. If you want a successful revolution, like in Nigeria, you have to have what it takes to drive that revolution to a conclusive, positive, point, where it will actually achieve its aim. But those people, if you look at, I was telling some people that, the music industry is an offshoot, of attack, to Nigerians.